Will Smith finally admits he can't divorce Jada because of money. That would make sense. That would have cleared up so much.
However, Will tried to play it off as a joke and claimed he never filed for divorce because Jada is one of a kind.
You know why I never got divorced?
It's cheaper to keep me.
No.
Yes.
I can't believe it. Oh my goodness.
Because I've never met anybody like you, and I knew if I wasn't with you, I'd be searching in vain for the rest of my life.
Aw, Willard.
Bullshit.
See, sometimes he says the right thing.
Shut the fuck up.
The truth.
However,
The audacity to say that shit and know what's happening behind. No, don't milk it. Don't do that. The fuck? The fuck?
Jada was clearly never happy being married to Will, and fans are speculating that all these interviews that she's been doing are part of her plan to humiliate Will and push him to the point where he'd have no choice but to divorce her. One fan said, "My theory is Jada is broke."
That is some mentally manipulative, toxic ass shit. Like you're supposed to be grown. You're supposed to be grown AF. Doing that childish shit. Like why? All for what? He's the one who got to deal with like
Broke if she ain't married to Will. Red Table Talk is gone, and he is 4 times her net worth. He won't divorce her because it's the only way to keep her from getting his money. So now she's going to lengths to embarrass him and force him into the divorce.
that's fucked up. But honestly, this shit happens a lot more than people know. That's blackmailing. That's mental blackmailing. That's emotional blackmailing. That is energy blackmailing. Like that's blackmailing of you everything. That's blackmailing. That is blackmailing AF.
And another fan added, "No prenup means Jada has to work twice as hard to get Will to divorce her. LOL." Jada now has an estimated net worth of $50 million, while Will's net worth is said to be around $350 million. And at this
Makes
point,
sense.
Jada's main source of income and fame is sharing too much information about her relationship and family. As for Will, his career did suffer a temporary setback after the Oscars slap. However, he's now back on track, and according to his IMDb page, he's got 5 big-budget productions in the making, including sequels to Bad Boys and I Am Legend.
Yeah.
So basically, it
As
sounds
you
like
should.
Jada really wants Will to divorce her. However, he doesn't want to file the papers for 2 main reasons. He'd lose half his money, and plus, he clearly has this idea that divorce is somehow a personal and moral failure.
But my dog, he like, yeah, that shit might hurt and everything, but I know he gonna come back up though. Like, you might as well cut that shit off, my boy. It ain't doing you no type of good. She just gonna milk it and keep milking it till the day she die or decide to go F with somebody else. Like, I hate to see people waste time and energy. That's like one of the most inhumane things, and it's just a waste overall.
And Will has now broken his silence on Jada's upcoming memoir and seemingly confirmed that he's never going to divorce her. In an email sent to the New York Times, Will said reading Jada's book was a wake-up call and made him understand how Jada had lived a life more on the edge than he'd realized. And
One more thing on this, like, she's not gonna make money like Will, so he's not gonna take it. God damn, that sneeze was crazy. Excuse me. He's not gonna take that big of a L.
He is more resilient, clever, and compassionate than he'd understood. When you've been with someone for more than half of your life, a sort of emotional blindness sets in, Will wrote, and you can all too easily lose your sensitivity to their hidden nuances and subtle beauties. Also, during Jada's recent appearance on the On Purpose with Jay Shetty podcast, Jay read a letter that Will wrote for Jada.
I also have a letter from Will. You are one of one. A rare blend of power and delicate sensitivity. I know it wasn't easy to excavate the depths in that way. I applaud and honor you. If I had read this book 30 years ago, I definitely would have hugged you more.
Yeah, it sounds like Will's never signing the divorce papers. However, fans are saying this whole situation is so bizarre because Jada never has anything remotely as sweet as this to say about Will.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have yet to hear her say nice things. I mean, I personally don't, well, I was going to say I don't hear her disrespect him, but like the whole action's just blatantly disrespect. But I don't ever hear her saying, see, that shit ain't mutual. I mean, that shit ain't reciprocated.
In fact, almost everything she shared about him in public was negative. One fan said, no, his response just makes the whole thing sadder and weirder. And another person wrote, I can't be the only one who thinks these two deserve each other. I feel like they're perfectly willing to do emotional damage to their children and each other as long as they make money and stay relevant. But what do you think is the real reason Will won't file for divorce from Jada?
Is it really? I mean, I personally haven't seen the children in the mix. I don't think it's really affecting them that much. They doing fine. As far as I know, I ain't heard ish about them. But I hope they get it together one day, eventually, maybe.